I'm from Bristol in the southwest of England.
New Zealand.
Kenai, Alaska.
Nairobi, Kenya.
Hillsborough, California.
England. Scotland.
In France.
New York City.
El Salvador.
New Mexico.
Chicago.
Kansas. Bangalore, India.
Canada.
The focus of the conference is building learning communities, and I wanted to share my experiences, so I'm a presenter here. And I wanted to see what else everyone else is doing around here as well in terms of using the new web tools and new technologies to bring people together in the classroom and outside in all realms of education.
These conferences always rejuvenate me for the year. The people that come to these conferences are usually innovators, they're positive people, they're looking forward to changing things in their classrooms. And a conference of this size, when you get to conferences that are 14,000, 16,000 people, you hardly have a chance to meet them. And I think what attracted me is the type of content that they were having, which was a lot of technology, e-learning, but that it was a smaller conference, so you'd really get to know the people that were here.
Now that I've been here, I've noticed, and as Marco mentioned, I think he called it the point here, a drag here kind of conferences. I've been there before, and the biggest difference here is the hands-on and the interactive chance to actually do something, as opposed to just learn to do it the way that the trainers tell you to do it. So this is the way I teach too, instead of, I mean, I do direct teaching too, and sometimes there is something you just need to teach. This is the way you do it, but you know, this is a nice change from that.
I came last year, actually, and really learned a lot and implemented a lot of things in my teaching that I just thought were fantastic and that really engaged the kids. So I wanted to continue with that and add to the repertoire.
Bueno, yo realmente me parece muy importante la interactividad que uno como participante tiene, porque no solamente viene a escuchar, sino que también uno hace el trabajo. O sea, no es como te cuentan y así se hace, sino que, ok, lo hacemos ahorita. Eso es una de las cosas que más me ha impactado.
I guess I was just thinking I would just see have some random workshops, but I didn't think it would impact me. It was tremendous. It's made a big impact on me, and that I'm glad to be a teacher in this time and in this season and at this period of time.
We test our kids too much. We don't assess them in the way we really need to. We don't recognise the skills that they can bring to the table through our testing system. So there's a lot of discussion at the moment about changing the way we do assessment, changing the nature of the curriculum. What is it that we're really trying to achieve with the learner of the 21st century, and what sort of skills, competencies do we need to be able to not just measure but value?
I do think that by and large, a lot of our schools, their definition of education is something that is 50 years old at this point, you know. That's the real challenge right now for educators, is to try to figure out, you know, how is your world going to be different from the one that we're in right now, and how do we prepare you for that? And I really do think that it's all about networks and connections and getting yourself out there and really engaging with people that you can learn from anytime you want.
We need to really work hard at reprioritizing what our kids need to know and do and learn and be able to do.
I think one of the most important things we have to remember is that learning is a process of production, not a process of consumption. So if we want people to be actively learning, they need to be making stuff, not just consuming other people's stuff.
It's not about the testing. It's trying to get kids to say, you know what, learning can actually be fun, that we want to actually do something. We want to go in there because we're going to have cool stuff to do during the day, you know, rather than it being everything happens before school or after school.
The media those are the tools, and we need to use them well, that's true, but we also need to make sure we have purpose behind what we're doing and using the tools.
It's about allowing the kids to tell the stories that they want to share.
Right. Giving the kids a voice. You do that with writing. You do that with art. They're going to express themselves visually in sculpture, or painting, or photography. So it's a medium to give the kids an opportunity to express their message.
Technology is really being used as a means, and the tools and the gadgets are not the end in itself. They're just tools to facilitating interactions and engagement.
But any time that you have a chance of creating something and engaging other people to connect those things that you create or those ideas that you have, those feelings or experiences that you have, anytime you have a chance to really have other people engage in that conversation and learn from that, that's connection to me. So whether it's podcasts or blogs or video, whatever you want to do, as long as you're connecting that out and you're starting conversations around that and engaging people in those ideas, I think that's really trying to get to the potential of what the tools are all about.
You can't really expect everyone to learn everything, before they're 18 anyway. I mean, you have to create the sort of lifelong learning skills.
Increasingly, both success and satisfaction in the future is going to be based on the ability to think and act creatively. And I think too often today in most education, kids aren't getting enough preparation for how to think creatively, how to come up with innovative solutions to unexpected problems. And we found that one of the best ways for kids to develop as creative thinkers is to be able to use their imagination and then create things and share with other people. We don't want kids growing up just to be pointing, clicking, browsing, chatting, and interacting. We want them to be designers, creators, and contributors.
The work is not going to stay just in the school. It's just not going to die right in the building.
Because it's authentic, it's real. And so you begin to realize that this is a more important way, or a richer way, to learn those core content basic skills.
I don't know of any way that the students at our school could have made movies that would have been seen by folks in Perth, Australia, or in the UK, or in the former Soviet Union, who were able to see their projects because they were digital. And so not only did that give the students a global voice in what they had to say, but it also gave them the opportunity to have visitors from around the world come and sit down and talk to them, and for them to realize that this is real. I really can have a voice that impacts educators or other people anywhere.
Cut. Oh, you need the clap.
One word to describe this conference?
Inspirational.
Awesome.
Heart.
Encapsulating.
Engaging.
It's been fantastic.
Enlightening. Definitely, is fun and entertaining. So that was a lot of words.
Engaging, just one word.
Dynamic, interactive.
Wicked awesome. But that's 2 words. In Boston, I guess they just squish it together. Yeah.
It's great.
It's fun.
I'll give you 2 words. Overwhelmingly empowering.
Clap.